Hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be mixing and mastering a record by Terra T, produced by me. And let's go. Let me play you how it sounds.
Gabila got the heat, boy. Gabila got the heat, boy. Gabila got the heat.
You don't ever gotta cover nothing, boy. You don't ever gotta ask me to. Once it is, you don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure. As long as you got me, I got you, baby. That's all it is.
I know mama gon' whoop my ass cause I'm smoking weed. I don't drink no more, but pour me some lean. Who that calling me? Is that my girl? Damn, she a 10. She the hottest in the streets. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's that. Let me play y'all how the vocals sound soloed without the beat.
You don't ever gotta cover nothing, boy. You don't ever gotta ask me to. Once it is, you don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure. As long as you got me, I got you, baby. That's all it is.
That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I'm living your world and I'm free. I know mama gon' whoop my ass cause I'm smoking weed. I don't drink no more, but pour me some lean. Who that calling me? Is that my girl? Damn, she a 10. She the hottest in the streets.
Yeah, and let me play the beat solo for y'all. Yeah, let me break down what I did to the vocals. Let's go. On the vocal chain, right here. Let me solo.
You don't ever gotta cover.
As you know, man, we was going for the Travis Scott, the abstract feel, you know. There's that Travis Scott feel that makes you feel like you're in a dream, that makes you feel like this music is on a whole nother planet. That's what we was aiming for. And I think that's what we got. Let me turn off the delay, the reverb, and so we could just hear what the vocals sound like off the bat.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me.
Okay, people been asking how I track my vocals, and today I'm giving y'all the sauce. This is how I track my vocals. I record on channel 2, insert 2, and then I right click on channel 1 and I select route to this track only. This is how you do it. Route to this track only. And this is where I'm going to apply my vocal processing. And this is where I track it. And this is what's happening on the vocals before it goes through processing. And from processing, I sidechain it to reverb and dial it in. I sidechain it to delay, I dial it in. That's all I'm doing. None crazy, none extra. And with just the tracking, here's what I'm doing. Let me solo every plugin. I'm starting off with auto tune.
You don't ever gotta cover.
That Travis Scott
Not
auto
for
tune.
me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is.
And again, I'm only putting the retune speed on 0 just because we're going for the Travis Scott type feel. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't put it on 0. And I wouldn't advise y'all to put it on 0 unless you're going for this type of effect. And I didn't really include the humanize because it took away from the sound we was aiming for. And even the correction style, I like to put it on 30 most of the time, but then on this one I just didn't. This is how it sounds with humanize on.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice.
Man, it's just not the same, you feel me? And that's the reason I put the humanize on 0. It even gives it that shine, that swag that comes with the robotic auto tune.
Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure of it. As long
And
as you
please,
got me, I got you, baby. That
and please, man, put y'all auto tune in key. Put the auto tune in key, please, please. Put the auto tune in key. That's the most important thing right here. And man, I'm sorry if the plosives are bugging. Matter of fact, let me just put a quick EQ on this. Fab filter EQ. Where's my shandies? Where's my shandies? Filter Pro Q3. Let me just, you know, yeah, 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 yeah. The P's are like exploding, man. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, and right off the bat, this is the type of voice I'm getting. Please put y'all auto tune in key. The key for the beat was A minor. I know because I produced it and I put the auto tune in Ultra 10, and really that's all you'll need actually. Let me just, so I don't run up the RAM. And after auto tune, I use a C1 gate stereo. And this is what it does. It's taking everything down below -64. You look at the plugin.
you don't ever gotta cover.
So when the
Not for me.
vocal go below this line,
You don't ever gotta ask me
it
twice.
doesn't play.
Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears.
And that's very important. Let me turn it off so you could hear what it does.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice.
And I already gated manually, as you can see. So I'm just using this just to make sure, like just for the certainty and the security in my mind that I did it. And after that, I'm using a Slate Digital virtual mix rack, and this is the Slate Digital virtual channel, and this is the Slate Digital FG73, the Neve preamp, and I'm just using this for harmonic saturation. Funny enough, I put the module on RC tube, and I don't usually do this. I usually put it on the US of A, the Brittany 4KG, 4KE, like, well, I guess for these vocals it sounded dry because this saturation is just mellow.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me.
And I just use this to give the mic an expensive feel, an analog feel. If you know what analog equipment feels like, analog hardware, just to give it that analog feel.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure of it. As long as you.
Yeah, and after this is what the virtual mix rec makes it sound like.
You don't ever gotta cover.
It just sounds warmer,
Not for me.
more full, and brings it up
You
to your
don't
face.
ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears.
And I don't know if you can hear this, but then it smoothens out the auto tune as well. It's not as robotic as before. Just listen to this.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure of it. As long as you got me, I got.
And once I put the C1 gate in and the visual mix track,
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is.
it just doesn't sound as robotic as before. And right after that, I'm using a TubeTech CL1B. Mind you that I'm still on the tracking. I'm not mixing yet. And this is what I use on the tracking, and this is how it sounds.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure.
And right after that, I'm using a T-Rex 5 mic room, and I'm using it to imitate a mic. And I was aiming for the Neumann Yo 87. That's the type of tone I was aiming for, because everyone who knows that mic knows is the best in the world. So I was trying to get that Yo 87. We used a condenser mic as well. So I'm taking it from this source and targeting the sound that comes from this. And this is how it sounds.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure.
So yeah, guys, if you can't afford an expensive mic, there are some plugins out there that could help you achieve that sound that comes from the expensive mics and all. And I just plugged y'all, just copy and paste everything I did here. And on the vocal processing, as you know, a noise suppressor one from Waves, and I just exaggerated this because I saturated a lot in the tracking. So I was taking a bit of the rumble out and I put the noise suppressor on 50, which I don't normally do.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me.
Just to take out the room tone. Not doing that much. And then I'm cleaning it up a little, taking out below 100 hertz, 100 hertz and below, and I'm compressing it right off the bat. A slow attack, I guess, which is not something I mostly do. And the ratio is 5:1. You could pause and grab that, and this is how it sounds.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears.
Yeah, and after that, I'm using the Wave CLA76. Just using this to compress, smoothen out the vocals, catch the peaks. The track is slow to medium to slow, and the release is fast to medium. So you could grab this. And on the SSL channel strip, I'm taking out below 100 hertz and below. I'm taking out 20 kilohertz, and I'm boosting 4 dB of 8 kilohertz range just to give it a shine, and I'm boosting 6 dB on the high mid frequencies. I'm boosting 2 dB on the low mid frequencies just because I took away. Now I'm giving back in, and I'm not doing anything on the 250, but I just put it on bell just for texture. This is how it sounds.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is.
Yeah, and I'm using a de-esser just to trim the sibilants, the S's and T's.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure of it.
And it's very important to make sure that your de-esser is trimming your sibilants only. It mustn't take away from the vocal. And I'm using an NLS channel stereo just for saturation. I didn't even drive this, I just left it on 0. I think I just did that for tone. And FabFilter Pro Q3, I'm taking everything below 100 hertz and I'm boosting from 5K range, and I boosted it by 2 dB. And the only reason I take out 100 hertz so much is that after I take out, I add, and the frequencies may fall off and come back again. So I'm using the EQ to take them out again. I don't want 100 hertz below. It's just mumble, rumble, and room noise, room tone, and all that. And we don't want that. So after that, I'm using Filter Pro de-esser.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure of it. As long as you got me, I got you, baby, that's all it is.
Yeah, and here comes the sauce. Here comes the sauce. I'm not sure whether Mike Dean uses this on Travis Scott's vocals, but then I feel like here's the sauce. Entresol by D16 Group, and I'm using a preset in there called an acoustic dimension. I just dialed the dry and wet in, and I put it on 40% wet, 60% dry. In case you're wondering how I'm getting this sound, which you're about to hear now.
You don't ever gotta cover.
Just a flanger, guys. Yeah, Kindi.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is.
It just widens the stereo field, makes the vocal sound wider, and I think that's very important. And once I got the vocal sounding good, a trick I learned from Mike Dean as well, you just take the vocals up a bit once you got them sounding how you want them, and I boosted at about 3 dB using the Slate Digital Virtual Mix Rack, and I just boosted it by 3 dB, and this is how it sounds now.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure of it. As long as you got me, I got you, baby, that's all it is.
As you can see, my vocals are hitting the sweet spot. That's minus 6 dB, and that's the sweet spot, and everybody knows that. And right off, once they come from the vocal bus processing, they're then sent to Reverb. And I'm using the Valhalla Vintage Verb, Chaotic Chamber, and I'm using a long reverb here. And I set the pre-delay, which is synced in with the BPM, and the delay is synced in with the BPM, the reverb, forgive me. And this is how the Valhalla Vintage Verb sounds.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice.
As you can hear, man, we're already achieving the vocal effect of Travis Scott, and we didn't really do that much yet. After that, just using EQ, Fab Filter Pro Q3, to tame what the reverb is doing. We don't want our reverb everywhere.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice.
Yeah, and right after that, the source, I'm using another reverb, which is easily my favorite reverb. Verb Suite Classic by Slate Digital. Shout out Steven Slate. And I'm using the Reverb C, and I synced in the BPM to the decay, and this is where it is, and the pre-delay synced through, and this is how it sounds with the Verb Suite Classic as well.
You don't ever gotta cover.
It just makes it sound wider and bigger, and that's what I was aiming for. And I'm also taming what the Verb Suite Classic is putting out, and that's all I'm doing on the reverb, and this is how it sounds.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears.
And I know it probably sounds like it's a lot, but then once the beat comes back in, it just takes up that space, which is supposed to. And let me turn on the beat so you can hear that the space is.
You don't ever gotta cover. Not for me. You don't ever gotta ask me twice. Once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure.
Yeah, man, and that's the source. And for my delay, I'm using the Waves H delay, easily one of my favorite delay plugins. And the BPM is synced. I put it on ping pong. High pass on 98, low pass on 181.84, and the analog is turned off. And I didn't really mess with the feedback, so I guess it's on 60. Yes, it is. And the delay is on a quarter note. And this is what the delay sounds like. Let me turn off the beat so you could actually hear what the delay sounds like.
You don't ever gotta cover nothing, boy. You don't ever gotta ask me once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure.
And once again, guys, don't use this much delay if you don't know that the beat is gonna take up the space and bring it back in. Like the delay should be an abstract feel. It should be in the back, not in the front. It shouldn't louden up the mix just as the reverb. And here's how it sounds with the beat on.
You don't ever gotta cover nothing, boy. You don't ever gotta ask me once it is. You don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure. As long as you got me, I got you. Baby, that's all it is.
Yes, and that's that. And on the bridge, in case y'all wondering how I got on the verse, on the bridge, in case y'all wondering how I got that sound, let me explain what I did it before I play. I just put in auto tune. I put in the air chorus. By air, the third preset is called light. I just fuck with it, so I put it. And I put the double R4 stereo. After the double R4 stereo, I use the pen man. And because just this pen is going crazy, so I just thought, why not? You feel me? I'm just going all out. And I put in a telephone effect. I brought it back a little so it sounds more human. And this is how it sounds. And it's then being sent to the parallel processing. No, the tracking channel. And from the tracking channel to the vocal processing, from the vocal processing to the reverb and delay. So that's why I ain't got reverb and delay and all the other stuff here, because it's being routed to them. And this is how it sounds. My bad. On the other background vocals, I just use auto tune, the same settings, and I'm using a one knob filter just to add the sauce and make it sound like it's in a bottle. Because a lot of artists be say, I want my vocals to sound like they're in a bottle or in a bag. This is what you can use to achieve that effect right off the bat. I'm giving away sauce, and this is how it sounds. And on every processing I'm doing, I'm just routing everything off to the tracking channel and the vocal processing channel, because I want the vocals to get the same treatment and all of that. So yeah, I don't want engineers coming in the command and hating, talking about, yo, you need to process every different vocal in a different way. Yes, I am doing that, but then I want my vocals to get the same treatment, to gain the same clarity, and to sound cohesive. And that's the reason why I'm doing this. And if y'all do this, y'all could get your vocals sounding with the same clarity, and also save some CPU in the process. I'm using a 8 gig RAM, so I ain't really stressing about that, and an i5 processor. So not most of the people can get this. So I advise people to send backgrounds, their ad-libs, their doubles, after they treat them, to send them to vocal processing to get the processing that all the vocal gets, just to give them that clarity and to get them at the level that the main vocals are at. So yeah.
Solid, that's solid, that's solid. That's 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 solid, that's solid, that's solid.
I'm living your world and I'm free.
Yeah, and in case anyone's wondering how I got this sound, this crazy ass sound,
I'm living your world and I'm free. I know mama gon' want my ass cause I'm smoking weed. I don't drink no more, but promise I'm lit.
so to get that sound, I just put in Little Altar Boy by Sound Toys, and I linked the parameter of the pitch and the format, and I turned it all the way down, and the mode is on transpose. I drived it a little, I think. Let me undo. Oh, fuck. Yeah, this is all I did, and I put the mix on 50% just so the vocal signal that was coming in could still be heard as well and be parallel processed with the evil voice effect, I guess. And that's a trick they use mostly on Travis Scott vocals to get that dark Darth Vader feel, you know. And I'm using Waves Arvox to boost the vocals, and I'm just putting the compression on -8, which brings the vocals up by 8, and right off the bat is being sent to the reverb, and is being sent at 100% on the side chain. So this is how it sounds.
I'm living your world and I'm free. I know mama gon' want my ass cause I'm smoking weed. I don't drink no more, but promise I'm lit.
Yeah, man, and that's that. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Hit me up for mixing and mastering. Hit me up for vocal presets. This is the Travis Scott vocal. This is the Travis Scott Euphoria vocal effect, and it's for sale. Hit me up on IG, email me, and just support your boy. Highlight your boy. Comment what you want me to do next, and let's go. Oh, and before I play this, people were asking me how I got my FL Studio to look like this. I got an app a couple of months back. It's called FL Skinner, and this is it. I just come in the app and I choose from any of these themes and skins, and that's all I'm using. And y'all could comment if y'all want me on the next video to put the FL Skinner zip or the application on Google Drive for y'all, and I'ma do that if y'all want it. And yeah, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit me up. This is a song by Tara T, produced by me. I'ma leave the song links in the description so you could support Tara T, so you could support me. And let me play it for the last time for y'all.
Gabila got the heat, boy. Gabila got the heat, boy. Gabila got the heat, boy.
You don't ever gotta cover nothing, boy. You don't ever gotta ask me to. Once it is, you don't ever gotta shed no tears. I'll make sure As long as you got me, I got you. Baby, that's all it is.
I'm living your world and I'm free. I know mama gon' want my ass cause I'm smoking weed. I don't drink no more, but promise I'm lean. Who that calling me? Is that my girl? Damn, she a 10. She the hottest in the street.